They say the gods don't always come with thunder. Sometimes they come barefoot, hungry, and dressed in rags. And on the day Kofi turned away a helpless old man, he had no idea he was rejecting a god. By the time he realized the truth, it was already too late. In the heart of a small village, surrounded by thick forest and red earth roads, lived a man named Kofi. Kofi was not poor. In fact, he was the richest farmer in the entire region. His barns were full. His goats were many. His yam harvest never failed. But his heart, that was another story. Kofi believed one thing. What is mine is mine. I worked for it. No one else deserves it. And the village knew this about him. If a widow knocked on his door, he ignored her. If a child begged for leftover food, he chased them away. If travelers stopped by his compound, he shut his gate. He trusted no one, helped no one, gave nothing. Yet somehow, he believed the gods favored him. One evening, as the sun melted into the horizon, an old man appeared at the edge of Kofi's farmland. His clothes were torn, his feet were dusty, his walking stick trembled in his fragile hands. He approached Kofi slowly. "My son," the old man said gently, "I have not eaten in 2 days. Please, may I have just a little food?" Kofi didn't even look at him at first. He continued tying his sacks of yam. Then he sighed loudly. "There are other houses in this village. Go there," Kofi snapped. The old man swallowed. "I have tried. They told me you are the wealthiest. I thought perhaps—" "Then you thought wrong," Kofi interrupted coldly. "I owe you nothing." The wind suddenly shifted. The leaves rustled, though there was no storm. The old man looked at Kofi carefully, not with anger, but with something deeper: disappointment. "Are you certain," the old man asked quietly, "that you have nothing to give?" Kofi finally looked up, and for a split second, something about the old man's eyes unsettled him. They were not weak, they were ancient. But pride is louder than conscience. "Yes," Kofi said firmly, "I have nothing for you." The old man nodded slowly. "Very well." And then he walked away, toward the forest. That night, the sky was unusually silent. No crickets, no owls, just stillness. Kofi slept peacefully until morning came. One of his workers ran toward his house screaming, "The gods, they are gone!" Kofi rushed outside. The gate was still locked, but every single goat had vanished. No blood, no footprints, nothing. By afternoon, his yam barn was filled with rot, healthy harvest from the day before now black and spoiled. By evening, his well dried up completely. Panic crept into Kofi's chest. "This is a coincidence," he muttered. But deep inside, he remembered the old man's eyes. 3 days passed. Everything Kofi touched failed. His crops wilted. His workers left. Buyers stopped coming. And then a child from the village came running. "There's a gathering at the shrine," she shouted. "The gods are angry." Kofi followed the crowd. At the center of the shrine stood the village priest, trembling. "The gods walked among us," the priest announced. A wave of whispers spread. They came disguised as a hungry traveler to test the hearts of men. Kofi's throat tightened. The priest continued. Many shared what little they had. Even the poorest widow offered water. The crowd nodded. But one man, the priest said with voice heavy, shut his gate. Silence fell. The priest's eyes moved slowly until they landed on Kofi. The gods do not bless a closed heart. Kofi felt the world tilt beneath him. That night, desperate and shaken, Kofi ran toward the forest. He searched for hours. "Old man," he shouted, "please come back." The wind howled through the trees. Then, in a clearing, he saw him. The old man stood tall now, not weak, not trembling. Light seemed to bend around him. "You remember me," the figure said, voice no longer fragile. Kofi fell to his knees. "I was foolish. I was proud. Please, restore what I have lost." The god looked down at him. "You were given abundance," the god said calmly, "not as a reward, but as a responsibility." Tears streamed down Kofi's face. "I will change," he whispered. The god's expression softened, but only slightly. Loss is also a teacher. And just like that, the clearing was empty. Kofi returned to his village with nothing. His wealth never came back, but something else did. Humility. For the first time in his life, he worked beside others instead of above them. He shared whatever little he had. He rebuilt slowly, not as the richest man in the village, but as the kindest. And though his barns were never full again, his heart was. Because sometimes the gods don't test us when we are struggling. They test us when we have more than enough. And the real curse is not losing wealth. It is losing your humanity.